the kitchen. Are you looking for an amazing sharing showstopper? This Cherry Trifle is to die for. I'm working with my friends at Baylis Harding, and this is inspired by their midnight cherry hand wash. Let's wash our hands and then get started. First up, I'm going to make the delicious cherry compote. So I've got some frozen cherries in here, and to that I'm going to add some caster sugar and a little dash of rose water. I think the rose really complements the cherry flavour. Bring that up to boil on the heat and simmer it for about 10 minutes. Right, so the cherries have been cooking for about 10 minutes. They're lovely and juicy, but they're still quite runny. So I'm going to add a slurry, as they say. It's kind of like, sounds like a snow flurry, doesn't it? But a slurry to thicken up the sauce. And that's literally adding some corn flour and about the same quantity of water you mix in to make a lump-free paste. So I'm just going to pour that into the cherry compote and then just return it back to the heat for about 2 minutes. And it'll be all lovely and thick. So that is lovely and thick now. If you just have a look at that, so it's much more thick basically. You don't want it to be really liquidy, it's just going to make your sponge soggy, but it needs to be juicy. As a little optional extra, you don't have to. I've got a little bit of, just make sure it's okay. It's divine. I've got some cherry liqueur, so I'm going to put a nice splash of that into the compote, and then compote, that's how Americans say it. Why did I say compote? Compote, compote, call it what you will, it's delicious. So I'm just going to pop that in there to cool down completely. Let me get my spatula because I want to get every little bit out of it. The thing about a trifle is there are a lot of different elements to a trifle, a lot of different layers. Make it suit you. If you want to be, if you want to cheat and buy a shop bought sponge, you can. If you want to just buy some really gorgeous cherry jam, you can. You have to get all of the elements done and cooled down before you assemble it. So you can even do this the day before and put it in the fridge, just take your time. So that's, look at the colour of that. Absolutely gorgeous, look at it. So that's going to cool, I'm going to clear away and get on to the custard. So I'm using milk and cream for mine. You can use shop bought custard, I won't tell anyone. It's quite easy to make, and I love to use custard powder because it's really retro, it reminds me of my nan. So I'm just going to bring that to a simmer, so let's pop that on. The other elements, so I've got some sugar and some custard powder. Ready? It just never ceases to bring me joy doing that. You just want to whisk that together. Once that's simmering, I'm going to pour it onto my powders. At this point, do you want me to tell any random stories or tales of Christmas? My Uncle Peter, who'd always come and stay at Christmas, and he was always lovely. He used to say he was very fragile, and he used to say, bye. He was my great Uncle Peter. And when he used to come to stay, he used to come wash all his underwear and put it on his radiator and hang up his socks and pants, because he'd stay for quite a few days, and I'd always hide them. It's just, oh, look, the cream's boiled. That was a lovely story, wasn't it? Right, cream's boiled. Just want to add the hot cream into custard powder and sugar. Not too much, because I just want to whisk it and make sure it's lump-free. Can you smell the custard? And then we just add the rest of the hot milk and cream. Some lovely vanilla. I love it when it's all steamy and you feel like you're a magical cooking wizard. And then back into the pan, and we're just going to cook it for about 5 to 6 minutes, stirring constantly until it's lovely and thick. So we tell some more Christmas stories while I do that. So that is perfect. Look at that lovely thick custard. It's going to thicken up as it cools. You want it to be quite thick for a trifle, so it's not too runny when you're spooning it. So I'm going to let it cool, but stop it getting a skin over the top. Just going to put some greaseproof paper in there, just touching the top. You know when you get a custardy skin? That's going to stop that. I'm going to pop that to cool down. And let's get to assembling our trifle. So I've baked, in a lovely pink, appropriately pink tin, an almond sponge here, because I love cherry and almond combo. Very simple single layer of sponge. Recipes down there if you want to make your own, because it is lovely. So I'm just going to kind of slice it through the centre, because this looks really pretty in the jar as well. Because to me, trifles are all about magical layers, aren't they? Having a little colour through the sponge just makes it a bit extra, because it is Christmas after all, isn't it? Some cherry jam, not too much, just a thin spread. I'm just going to pop that in the freezer for 5 minutes so it's easier for me to chop up into fingers, ready to go into my bowl. Slice up your sponge into fingers. I'm just going to chop it into a few pieces. And now we build. See, look how pretty is that? I like to break it up a bit because I want the cherry compote to kind of sink in between it a bit, because I'm going to do like 2 layers. It does make a little bit more than you need, so that means you can eat it while you're making it. Spoon in your cherry. Look at that colour. How amazing does that look? Just going to press it down a bit, just to kind of really start soaking that compote into the sponge. Bit more spongio. There you go, look at that. Bit more of that just over the top, just to really infuse the sponge. Right, I'm going to put that in the fridge to chill. Just let that set for about half an hour and whip up some lovely vanilla cream. Actually, I'm going to wash my hands first because I don't want to put sticky fingers all over my bowl. I'm going to whip my cream, adding a little bit of vanilla extract and a couple of teaspoons of sugar, and just bring that to a nice soft peak. I'll show you exactly the consistency you need, because even as you spoon it onto the trifle, it will thicken as you spoon it in. So you can see it's starting to kind of hold ribbons, still not stiff peak. A few more whisks and we'll be about there. So you can see it's much more holding its shape, but still very soft. That's exactly what you want, okay? So stop right there. Doesn't it look nice already? Okay. Spoon that onto the middle of your cherry sponge. You don't want to kind of go all up the edge. Just make one big pile in the middle and then just push it down carefully, and then just kind of level it off as best you can. So that needs to go back in the fridge to chill again for at least half an hour before we spoon the custard over, so it can be kind of set. Again, just make sure you kind of like aim to the middle, and then we'll push it out to the edge. Oh, look at that custard river, Dan. And then just smooth it out to the edge of the bowl. 3 layers completed. This is going back in the fridge. I will put some cling film over here at this point, so if you want to, you can get this all done the day before. I'm going extra because it's Christmas. I'm going to do some lovely toasted Swiss meringue on the top. But again, if you wanted to, you could just add some squirty cream and some sprinkles. Let's chill that back down. Get ready for the final layer. This is the best bit, when it all comes together and it's looking fantastic. So just sort of do some swirls. I like to kind of make sure that I'm holding my piping bag vertical, so you're not coming at an angle, and then you get some nice kind of peaks on there. And then just work your way inwards. Got a bit more in there. I'm just going to keep going. I'm just going to keep piping up a little bit of height just to use it all up. Oh, that looks fantastic, doesn't it? Let's get torching. Oh, look at it. Look at it as it catches. So pretty. Absolutely fantastic. Oh, the smell. It smells like toasted marshmallows. Oh, that's fantastic. Isn't that cool? For the final little bit of sparkle, I'm inspired by my lovely Baylis Harding packaging here, because it's all red and golden. So I'm going to add a little bit of glitter to that. Some lovely gold lustre here. Just let that fall over the top, and that will just give a bit of shimmer. A few little gold stars just to add that little bit of Christmas twinkle. I need to know when to step back from the sprinkles, but I do find it very difficult, don't I, Dan? Right, let's step back. So one final thing, I think it just needs, got these lovely cherries. I'm going to brush them with a tiny bit of glitter. Doesn't that look good? Do we just do the single one? Or do I put a few round? I'm going to do a few, And here it comes, the very last cherry. Wow, look at it! Oh, honestly, that is my favourite ever trifle I've ever created. I absolutely love it. Everything you need to make this fantastical creation is just down in the caption there. I hope you'll give it a go. Do send pictures. I'd love to see you enjoying it with your friends and family at your gatherings.